Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to do a video about my most controversial autographs, where the autograph signer was embroiled in some kind of controversy in the past. And I only thought I had 2 or 3 of these when I was going through my binders, and I went to pull these out, and the more I looked, the more I realized I had more than just 2 or 3. I've actually got 5 or 6 controversial people that have signed autographs for me. And the first person is actress Vanessa Williams. She was voted or selected Miss America, I believe, 1984. And shortly after she was crowned Miss America, she some nude photos of her surfaced, I believe, in Penthouse magazine. Some unauthorized photos surfaced of her back in the day, and she was pressured into relinquishing her crown. And out of all the people here, I mean, they've all had long, prosperous careers, but of all the people that I'm going to talk about, I think she bounced back the best. She had a successful music career in the 80s and 90s, successful TV and movie actress, and as you can see, she was very gracious and signed 3 different times for me through the mail. She appeared on Broadway back in the day, a few years ago, and she hooked me up with 3 autographs right there. Sorry, they're out of frame. And you might know her best from Desperate Housewives. I just watched Eraser with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, my God. That is totally wrong. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm sorry, I had a brain cramp right there. That movie's been out for a while, and I can't believe I just now watched it, and she was great in that movie. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good action movie, Eraser with Vanessa Williams. And my next one, this is the only one I think I bought that I didn't get through the mail return, and it's longtime Price is Right host Bob Barker. Mr. Barker hosted The Price is Right for decades, and but during his run, he faced some sexual harassment accusations and lawsuits by the models on the TV show, most notably Diane Parkinson. In her own right, she's a fairly popular, well-known model for that show. And when that surfaced, more people came forward and this and that. And he persevered. I mean, he stayed through his... I'm not saying what he did was right, or I'm not commenting on the accusations at all, but he continued to host the show several years after that until Drew Carey took over. And Mr. Barker's 94 years old now, according to Wikipedia. And so yeah, he's this one I did buy on eBay. It's a index card. I would not have sent out the size. I did not send out. I don't believe I did. I might have back when they kept my index card and returned this one. That might have been the case. So I remember I got it back from the TV show. But yeah, Mr. Bob Barker there. And all these people that I'm talking about have extended histories and lengthy Wikipedia pages. And so I'm just getting into a small amount of their history where the controversies arose. And my next autograph through the mail return would be Larry Flynt from Hustler magazine. And it seems like he's always gone to court battling First Amendment issues, advocate for First Amendment rights, things like that. Sorry, my lamp is not the best. And to this day, I believe he's like 75, if I remember right. And in 1978, he had an attempted murder. Somebody tried to murder Mr. Flynt and paralyzed him for life from 1978 on. And I remember that, like, in the news when I was very small. I would have been about 11 or 12 years old at the time. I remember that being in the news. I didn't know who Larry Flynt was, but I remember the newsreel where he was shot, or when it was in the news. And I believe Woody Harrelson and Courtney Love made a movie, The People versus Larry Flynt, I believe that's the name of it. Kind of highlighted some of his history when it came to First Amendment issues and things like that. And I haven't seen the movie in quite a while, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I was surprised to see that he's still, frankly, alive. I didn't realize he was still around. And this is another. All these are generational controversies, and some. If you're depending on your age, you might not even know who I'm talking about or the controversy that arose around their name. But the next one I got received through the mail was. And when I received it through the mail, I believe these people were on Broadway, or it was an autograph address I received or provided by Autograph Collector Magazine back in the day. And this is Ms. Jane Fonda, wife of Ted Turner, cable TV icon, if you will. And Jane Fonda was an actress back in the 60s. Her father, Henry Fonda, and famous family, Peter Fonda, her brother. Very, very famous family. And she made a trip to North Vietnam back during the Vietnam War. And I'm not defending Jane Fonda, but it seems like her intentions were good if Wikipedia was anywhere close to the truth. And she was photographed in a North Vietnamese army military vehicle, some armored vehicle. And after that visit, she was dubbed Hanoi Jane, and that name stuck with her for the remainder of her career. I'm sure she's downplayed it over the years. And like I said, I'm not defending her one bit, but it seems like she had good intentions, maybe when she went to Vietnam, protesting for the rights of servicemen in the war, things like that. So yeah, Jane Fonda, she's 80 now, and she was most recently on a Netflix show with Lily Tomlin, Something in Frankie, I believe. I forget. I watched a few episodes. So yeah, Jane Fonda, Hanoi Jane. And my next one, this person has had a very long career, but the way he ended up he's in television entertainment, and that's Mr. Jerry Springer. He played Mr. Billy Flynn on Broadway in the play Chicago a few years ago. And he sent me this autograph through the mail. Jerry Springer, as you know, the Jerry Springer Show has been on since 1991. I think it's still going according to Wikipedia. I'm not sure. I haven't watched the show in quite a while. But this was the ultimate trash television talk show right here. Every show ended up in a fight, and chairs thrown, things like that. And I believe that's the show where Geraldo faced the Aryan Nation, some people like that, and there was a fight and chairs were thrown, and Geraldo Rivera got his nose broken on the show. I believe it was Jerry Springer. But yeah, he was the Cincinnati mayor back late 70s, early 80s, I forget. And the only reason he had to resign from political office because at one point he paid for the services of a prostitute, and everything would have been fine, at least on his end, but he paid the prostitute with a check, and that check surfaced, and he was connected to paying a prostitute, obviously, and he fell from grace and amazingly ended up on his feet and turned a loss or a defeat into a victory, and been on TV since at least 1991 and on Broadway, obviously. And he starred in the movie Ringmaster, loosely based on his own life and the Jerry Springer Show. And so yeah, Jerry Springer turned a negative definitely into a positive. He was a lawyer back in the day, law firm, mayor of Cincinnati, Ohio. Got busted for sleeping with a prostitute and ended up on his feet, famous and rich. Only in America, right? So that's Jerry Springer. And this next one is the most recent controversy. An actor or actress that I have. I received these two autographs before the controversy blew up in the media and news. And this is of the actor Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey graciously signed in return 2 separate autograph requests to the mail back in the day when he was on Broadway. I forget what play he was in, but he was gracious enough to do that. In one play, I forget, I don't remember the name of it. At one time he was on performing in London, and I sent him a request. And it's bad enough because I don't have British postage where I'm at in America, so I have to send American postage for the return envelope. And sometimes the signer will add on the envelope British postage just to make sure it gets back to me, because they're not sure if my American stamp will make it back to the States. So Mr. Spacey took the mail with him. It was at the end of his run on this particular Broadway show or play in London, and I received a letter back from him postmarked from Australia, of all places. So he took the letter with him, his fan mail with him, and he replied, and he sent it from Australia. So he definitely went above and beyond the what anybody most likely would have done in the circumstance, and hooked me up with 2 separate autographs. And if you don't know, Mr. Spacey has been involved in some sexual misconduct allegations, and I don't want to get too much into it because, like I said, they're allegations, and I'm not judge, jury, or executioner. I don't judge these people. I don't know anything about what they've done in their personal lives. I try to stay out of the court of public opinion and try to stay neutral. So this is all pre accusation autographs from Mr. Spacey, and he's a great actor, and he's definitely top-notch actor of our time, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. But those are my my infamous autographs of controversial figures that I received through the mail. That's it for today. I'm gonna be back with some other videos here shortly. Sorry, I'm on a cheap desk. Sorry, it's vibrating like that. But yeah, that's my video for today. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with another video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.